Hi, I'm Megan Hoff from Gathering Light Photography, and I'm here with some photography business wisdom. Today is part 3 of the wedding day step by step. And today I'd like to talk to you about taking ceremony photos. Obviously, the central part of any wedding is the actual moment when the bride and groom say, I do. So, here's some of the challenges in getting great ceremony photos. First of all, possible restrictions by the location, or maybe the church has certain restrictions. Also, lighting challenges, and finally, being able to capture all the key moments of the ceremony. So first of all, let's talk about dealing with restrictions. Sometimes if you are shooting in a church or a synagogue, there may be very serious restrictions on if you can use flash or not. So you need to find this out beforehand. It's very important that you know what type of lighting there's going to be and if there are any restrictions on the flash or the location. I always ask the couple about this before the wedding in an email that I send them a couple weeks before the wedding, and you need to find this out. If you can't use flash, you need to make sure that your camera will be able to perform well in low light. If it doesn't, then you need to rent something because the couple is relying on you to get beautiful wedding photos regardless of what the restrictions are. So, and if the restrictions are really, really stringent on the location, you need to talk to the bride and groom about that and talk about what may happen. For example, I once went to a wedding where they said I couldn't take any pictures during the ceremony. Well, I talked to the bride and groom about that, and they spoke to the minister and got that changed. So you need to just plan and talk and know what to expect. Next, the lighting is a big issue. Again, you need to prepare. If you haven't been to a certain venue before, I would recommend going ahead of time and scoping it out. Is there any natural light? Is the lighting very ugly? Is it overhead fluorescent lights only? And how are you going to compensate for those problems? So you need to prepare and bring absolutely the proper equipment with you. Again, if you don't own the right equipment, you can always rent what you need. And excuse me, I spelled equipment wrong there, but you get what I mean. Finally, it's capturing key moments of the wedding day. You need to prepare, know what's happening when. After you've been to hundreds and hundreds of wedding ceremonies, you kind of get a feel for what happens when. But each ceremony is different. So if they have a program of the list of what's happening when, that might be a good thing to look at. It's also good to ask the bride and groom beforehand, is there anything special that's happening in your ceremony that you want me to be sure that I capture? And once you know all that and you're prepared, be ready for reactions. For example, a very simple thing obviously is while the bride and groom are saying their vows, obviously you want to get a picture of them saying their vows, but then you also want to get reactions from their parents. Most often the parents, will be looking at them very tenderly or wiping a tear away, and being prepared for not just what's going to happen, but the reactions to what is happening will allow you to get really beautiful, meaningful pictures to your couple. And finally, you want to make sure to watch your camera settings. The light is going to change as the couple moves around. So, for example, if they're up on the altar in kind of a dark church, you have your camera set for their final kiss, their first kiss. And the camera settings are just right for that. But as they walk out of the church, it gets brighter and brighter as they come towards the doors. And when they walk outside, usually it's a very sweet moment. They look at each other, they hug each other, they kiss. and or celebrate, their friends are hugging them, their family is hugging them, you want to be sure that you quickly switch your camera settings and make the exposure correct for this new lighting situation. So just keep that in mind and remember that things will change because it's easy to get caught up in the moment. So I hope that was helpful and that you're ready to take beautiful photos of the ceremony and really create something special for the wedding couple. As always, if you're looking for more free tips and training for your photography business, go to photobiz-secrets.com. And I'm Megan Hoff from Gathering Light Photography, and I hope you have a great day.